Okay, so another interesting question, I think, is when do you start optimizing for performance? Does it make sense to immediately, when you start the project, optimize for performance, or is it something that you only tackle the moment where it becomes clear and it's needed?
I think it will start with knowing what performance is, which means measuring it.
Mm-hmm.
So right away, I would say you need to have a good view on it, install the right tooling to measure both your front-end and back-end performance without diving into optimization right away.
Yeah. I especially come from a front-end background, so I mean the thing that I tend to do is try to make it work first, make it better, and then make it faster. So I think it's initially important that the feature just works, that it's not necessarily perfect, but that you can show something to a customer, that the customer can try it, that you can gather feedback. And then when the feature needs to be more robust, you can iterate on it, make it better, measure the performance, stuff like that. So there are a couple of situations where people really go into this micro optimization modus where they really discuss like, okay, this method is X amount of milliseconds slower. And I think it leads to endless discussions and wasted time that those discussions shouldn't be had at that moment in the project, I think. I don't think it makes sense.
Yeah, generally there is one bottleneck, the one thing that is the least performance, and that's the one thing that needs to get the right amount of attention, and indeed not focusing on details, because you can continuously and have a never-ending increase and improvement of performance. The one of the good things that could be done there is make sure engineers have representative data sets to work on, so they actually see the evolution of performance while they are creating new features or improving certain functionality.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think you can conclude by saying that there's like a time to optimize for performance, but that it's not necessarily in the beginning of the project, but you just need to be aware of what's happening on the performance aspect of it.
Yeah, indeed. And the fact that ideally you don't freeze feature development to only work on performance, but you can continuously take it into account in your iterative work and make sure that you always keep an eye on having it on a good level.
Yeah. Okay.